It's me, Casey, and I'm coming at you today with a drugstore Valentine's makeup tutorial. This was very impromptu and unplanned, so if I seem a little bit all over the place, it's because I am. I like what I came up with. I think it's pretty cute. I feel very, springy, and that's what I'm ready for right now, because it is so snowy. If you want to see how to get this look, then keep on watching. Hello, it's me, Casey, and today I am challenging myself. I'm gonna do an all drugstore makeup tutorial, which I haven't done ever. I've already done my brows, which I apologize, my brows are not an all drugstore routine. They might be a non-drugstore routine. To start off, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild concealer as always, so that's an easy step for me, nothing new. Anyways, besides my always dark under eyes, my skin is looking pretty good, so I'm not going to put on concealer anywhere else. Okay, correction on my former statement. This is not necessarily all products you can get at a drugstore, but they're all at the drugstore cost, price point, which for me, that's like $12 or less for any particular item. I say that because I'm most likely using ColourPop. This is also gonna be a little kind of Valentine's-y day themed sort of look, because that's right around the corner and I know Valentine's Day videos are pretty popular. Start off, I'm using this Sweet as Candy Trio by Wet n Wild, and I'm using that light brown color transition shade. I'm sorry, I doubt I'll be able to use all drugstore brushes, but to start off, this is a drugstore brush. This is the EcoTools Fluffy Blending Brush. So basically, as I'm blending, I'm just going above my crease and softening it up as I go upward. Next, to warm it up and deepen it up, I'm going to be taking this brown into the outer portion of my crease. This is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. As you guys can tell, Wet n Wild is like my favorite, sorry, some makeup just fell. Wet n Wild is my favorite drugstore brand because it's like the cheapest drugstore brand, and honestly I'd say one of the best. Their eyeshadows are spot on. Like, their pigmentation is insane. Like, even if they were a high-end brand, like, I wouldn't be complaining because they are so good. My only complaint is that Wet n Wild doesn't really do matte shades, which is ideal for creases because, okay, you put dark colors into your crease because dark colors create shadows, and the reason why dark colors create shadows is because they don't reflect light. But when a dark shade isn't matte, it's still reflecting light, because it does have like reflective elements to it, so it doesn't exactly like deepen things in the same way that mattes would, because they are still reflecting light from your crease, as opposed to mattes, which obviously do not. I hope that long-winded explanation made sense, but I'm trying to be educational. I'm just bad at speaking. Anyways, I'm just taking a clean blending brush to blend this all out. Next, I'm going to take this pink shade from the Wet n Wild Sweet as Candy Trio, and then I'm going to take it onto this large flat shader brush from Stila. I'm going to really load up my brush. give it a spritz of water. I'm going to paint this onto my lid and essentially create a soft cut crease in the process. So to do that, I'm just taking the brush, the tip into my crease and just running it along my socket. Doing soft cut creases like this makes it really easy. Cut creases can get a little tricky if you try and do like fancy shapes or anything, but for this you don't really need to do anything that's very complicated. For whatever reason, my camera cut out the part where I mentioned what brush and shadow I was using, but I am using ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Metallic and a BX95 Royal and Land Nickel pencil brush to drag the shadow across my lash line and into the crease to deepen up the look and enhance the soft cut crease. Now just to get things looking actually good, I'm going to take a blending brush that is clean and blend all that out and wing it out. My Lexi 211 concealer brush and paint some concealer onto the brush. Then I'm going to use this to clean up and define the edge of my shadow. Just use my finger to blend a pencil to do my tight line and waterline. Oh no. Take this EcoTools smudger brush with the brown shade from the Sweet as Candy palette and just run this along my lash line. I'm taking this Bare Essentials brush with the ColourPop Stereo Shadow and pressing this right up against my lash line. But I'm not taking it in all the way. So I'll be taking this e.l.f. very tiny liner brush, pardon my blue and eyelinery hands, the e.l.f. cream, and I'm just gonna do a small little wing. Essentially what I'm trying to do is to follow that line of shadow I made. Rather soft. I'm not trying to build up on the pigmentation too much just because I feel like this is a softer look. And just because of the way my eye shape is, I'm just going to take a little bit of that eyeliner and connect my wing to the lower lash line just so there's not any weird gaps. My mascara, I'm going to be using the Maybelline This is not Maybelline. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Double Threat Mega Plump Mascara. I'm going to highlight my brow bone and inner corner. Don't question the order of things. But I'm taking the highlight shade from the Sweet as Candy trio. I just use my fingers for this. Just makes it quicker, I think, than a brush. Next, for my contour slash bronzer, I'm using this Palladio Herbal Mosaic Bronzer. This is available at Sally's Beauty Supply for $7, I believe. This Urban Decay this kind of flat bronzer brush. And I'm just gonna use more or less this side of the bronzer and just bronze up my face. And then go under my jawline. Yeah, I just got bangs like 2 weeks ago. And it's nice, you don't have to contour your forehead because no one sees your forehead. But yeah, I really go crazy underneath my jaw. And like even right here, I kind of bring it down. Because I feel like if I have a double chin, then it'll make me look like maybe it's not a double chin, maybe it's like 1.5 chins. This Face Secrets brush from Sally's Beauty Supply with the L'Oreal Magic Smooth Souffle blush in the shade Angelic. That was such a mouthful for me, I had to try and say that like 5 times. Cream blush, so it's kind of weird, but it actually blends out really, really nicely. I'm really just going crazy with it though. There is no shortage of blush on my face. Drugstore highlighter, so we're gonna make do with an eyeshadow. So I'm using this Royal and Nickel BX90 brush, which is a very long eyeshadow brush. So I just don't find it effective for blending out eyeshadows at all. So I think it's a great highlight brush though. So I'm just gonna load up this white color from that trio and put it onto my cheekbones. Ooh, that looks good. I really don't know where to stop my highlight, I just go forever. Get more intensity, I'm gonna spray this brush with water. It's kind of too flowy, which rarely ever happens. Just kind of use your fingers to tap out the very edge that connects the blush and the highlight, because that's usually where things kind of look a little funky, if they ever do look funky. I'm just going to take the leftovers of my highlight and put it down the center of my nose, because having a strong nose highlight isn't that attractive to me, or on me, I mean. And then I'm going to put it on my Cupid's bow, right on the center of my chin. Lips, I'm going to use this NYX Liquid Suede lipstick in the shade Tea and Cookies. To make things even more pinky, I'm taking this Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Think Pink. I'm taking apply this to the center of my lips. It's very porn star pink, I'd say. Anyways, this is the finished look. Pretty cute. I would wear it on Valentine's Day if I had to wear makeup on Valentine's Day. I mean, like if you're going on a date or something and you want to look cute, I would wear this. I do another Valentine's Day look, which is a little bit more crazy and smoky and intense, which is more up my alley. This is pretty wearable for like a cute lunch date or something. It's nothing for like going out, you know. Unless that's your thing and this is what you like for going out. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment and maybe even subscribe to me. It would mean a lot. As always, if you have any requests, that would be great, and you can leave them down below as well. Next time, bye guys!